go. Before we start, do you have any general questions you'd like to go over? Either, about this game, about other stuff, about, anything Overwatch related or getting better related?
Yeah, I mostly play healer and the Brig on this team on the Plump Asian. um,
Okay.
I I feel like I have a lot of issues with positioning a lot of times, and I just get caught out in the open somehow, and then
Yep.
so like that's a huge issue for me. I realize that
No
uh,
problem.
on Brig especially, like I get anxious about not proccing Inspire, so I'm always trying to whip shot, but like sometimes I get over anxious to do that and like put myself in a bad spot.
Sure, sure.
And then I don't know, mid fight I kind of get lost sometimes too, and I'm not sure what to do to just that and get better at that, and like realizing how many who's left on each team without like I don't
Sure.
know, just like
So that
getting lost.
happens. Figuring out who's left on each team happens over time with experience. As long as you mentally are making some, it can be minimal, but some effort to pay attention to the kill feed. You do not have to be perfect about catching everything that happens in the feed there, but you do have to be sort of consciously making some effort to go, hey, is there more red on it or more blue on the right side that's happening there? And that's something that you fortunately will get better at with playtime, even with very minimal effort being spent specifically on getting good at it, even if you're just paying a little bit attention to it. So that's the good news. It's friendlier than aim, where aim you have to, focus a little harder on
Yeah.
getting it. Well, I mean, it is like if you go, I'm going to pay a bit of attention to the feed, you'll get better at that over time. Whereas if you go, I'm going to pay a little bit of attention to aim, you actually do have to be working on your aim mostly for it to see decent improvement rates. Similar things with ult tracking, etc. So that's good. Your positioning stuff, I have a pretty good guess of what I'm going to see here. So I think we'll get to that in the actual review here. I don't want to spoil it for you. That wouldn't be any fun. And what level game was this? You said team. Is this because you're playing for a team, you're scrimming with a team, or is this
Oh
just you?
no.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
what?
this is just comp. I'm like high gold, low flat,
Okay,
somewhere there.
okay.
Which one?
We will teach you how to take over games in Gold or Plat on Brig then, because most people are playing her completely wrong, and I have a feeling you are too. But that's
Okay,
good news, in fact. Okay.
sounds good.
Anything else here? I know I dodged one of your questions, but anything I missed or anything else you wanted to cover before we get going? I will give you another window for questions at the end, though obviously you can stop me whenever.
Um, so this might be a dumb question, but sometimes I'm not sure besides looking around, how do I know if someone behind me is taking damage? Like, is there any other, like, I know there's a sound cue sometimes when you hear someone taking damage, but I don't know how to, like, should I just be constantly looking around to make sure that my entire team is healed up? I don't know. That's just like one of those things where,
Yeah, yeah. That's tied to how you play Brig correctly. There's a couple things. So you can see when stuff flies over your shoulders. You can sometimes get sound cues when people take damage, and there are specific people you're paying more attention to on your team than other people. Is my answer to that
okay,
question. You do not care very much about Reinhardt as Brig, as an example. You go, "Hi Reinhardt, that's
yeah,
nice. I'm going to ignore you." Your Anna, on the other hand, you care a lot about. So you want to be aware if someone's pushing up a flank route against her. And you should be aware when they're pushing up the flank route, not when they get on top of your Anna. You follow what I'm saying? So you don't need to turn
yeah,
around because you were already aware that they were pushing up that flank route. Or you watch a Winston jump over your team to get to your Anna, and you're like, no, first off, I'm whip shotting that out. That's not happening. Second shot, I saw you go in on my Anna there. So that's a thing. Now, there's obviously poke damage, and poke damage happens. You can, of course, see the bullets. You can hear the damage, and also she's just high on your priority list to pay attention to. So yeah, you are going to be turning around to pay attention to her. That said, most of the other targets that you're interested in repair packing should generally be in front of you because you're interested in repair packing targets that get aggressive, like a Genji that's in or going in, a Tracer that's in, a ball that's gone in. You hear what I'm saying?
yeah. That makes sense.
Hanzo that's taken a deep angle. And if he's taken a deep angle, he should be ahead of you most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so we're gonna go here, and I'm probably gonna rewrite your Briggs based on what I'm hearing question-wise, but that's okay. That's good. It's gonna make you great.
Okay.
So here we go.
I did swap to BAP halfway through too.
That's fine. Well, then
Okay.
work on your BAP, and I'll shout at you for not weaving because it's totally
Okay.
reasonable that gold BAPs don't weave. Okay.
1. Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
A payload in motion stays in
I will shield you.
Okay.
Monday.
So you've got Inspire going. Yep, we're fine. You spend a pack there when you've got 3. That's fine. Okay, but someone over there definitely needed that, so you missed that. So here we are.
Okay.
We see this. I'll slow this down so this is obvious. You just heard your Genji take damage and go down there, so that's unfortunate. You go for this, and you go, yeah, my Rhine needs this. That's fine. And then you just saw someone critical walk forward there, right? You could just see that, and it turns out it was your Anna that walked critically forward there, and she's someone you're super interested in babysitting. So she shouldn't
Okay.
get this far forward, be in danger without you being aware. And you might be going, okay, but what was I supposed to do, Tim Portal? How was I supposed to know that she was up there? I couldn't see her through the carts.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't even see that.
Yep. What's that?
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So you've procced your Inspire, so you're good right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you need to contribute more to this fight besides repair packs?
No.
You don't need to reproc your Inspire for, a good few seconds here. So you're pretty happy. I'm not sure why you whip-shotted there. That's its own question because, hey, the ball was in your group and the ball in your group was good. We didn't want to send him away because the ball in your group not moving was, hey, your McCree was just going to chain fan the hammer him. So that might have been an
Yeah.
elimination. So not a great whip shot here. What if, instead of doing this, I'm interested in what's coming through here. Oh, I'm also interested in what's going on the other side of this cart, right?
Yeah.
How could I learn both of these things?
By not trying to proc inspire all the time and
Right.
doing other things.
You don't need to proc Inspire right now. In fact, the best thing you could do is basically stand right in front of Anna because Anna's hiding behind cart and you don't care, and just put up your shield. Put up your shield behind cart. And do you know why I'm asking you to do that?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me find a moment here where you put your shield up.
Oh, you mean for my third angle view? Is that what you're talking
Yes! You see how you
about?
get
Oh,
to
yeah.
see more of what's going on when your shield is up here? You get to see to your
Yeah.
left and right a bit. You zoom out a little bit so you can see more of what's going on. So if you do your shield here, if you go right here and put your shield up, let's do one more. Because you've got your Inspire. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll go a little deeper. Fine. You've knocked that out. If you just third person here with your shield and then drop so the card actually protects your shield because you don't want people breaking it, you'll be able to see everyone who's ahead of you, right? And you'd also,
Yeah.
it's not perfect, but you'd have an earlier warning on this ball. You could turn and actually check on this, but even if you didn't turn and check, you'd have a warning when the ball got to here as opposed to when the ball was on top of you, right?
Yeah.
And you would be able to literally see everyone that you might want to throw a repair pack at, and it would just be one step to the left or to the right to throw those repair packs, right?
Yeah.
And at this point in time, you've still got Inspire ticking for another 3 seconds or so, yes?
Yeah.
So we don't need to do anything. We can literally just third person behind cart. And if we're third personing behind cart, we still hit the repair pack on our Rhine. But we also get the repair pack on our Anna when she gets into any trouble up here.
Yeah.
And we walk forward and we probably bash whatever is going on up there. I don't like this though. So here we've done this.
Yeah.
Your Reinhardt is discorded and low health. You've got 2 repair packs right now, and you're halfway to having your third pack. Is your Reinhardt in this fight?
No. Well,
He's
yeah,
really
no.
not. I mean,
No,
he's
he's
backed
not.
out. He's put his shield up. He's low health. He's not in a place where he's going to swing. With your repair packs, you want to be bailing out your support or enabling people to be aggressive. He's not being aggressive right now, and Anna is really the person that you want to heal Reinhardt. You don't want to be doing a ton of Reinhardt healing. So what you want to do is you want to make sure Anna's alive rather than healing this passive Reinhardt so that Anna can get around to healing the Reinhardt, right? So this is definitely we don't want to spend our armor pack when we only have 2 on Reinhardt. We want to spend it on Anna to potentially help her. That's going to be a much better place for it.
Yep.
And then, oh hey, I'd also totally be willing to repair pack my McCree. So there's still 3 people who want repair packs right now, McCree, Anna, and Ryan, but you only have 1 repair pack left now. And, I think you threw that one on McCree, who immediately got eliminated, which is unfortunate. McCree was a reasonable repair pack there, but the prior repair pack needed to go to Anna, right? If we're going to have 0 repair packs, I want it to be because I've enabled my McCree and my Anna, not my Ryan, who is sitting behind cart shielding. Like, if I stabilize Anna, Anna will get him healed faster than I can get him healed.
Yeah.
And now Anna's just going to have to play passive because she's at half health. She might spend her nade on herself. These are all things we don't want. We would love for her to spend her nade up here where she's going to accelerate the healing she delivers to a Reinhardt, might turn this purple. Okay, she's already spent her nade and we can see that. But you get the idea where it becomes we want her willing to position here to hit the heals. Right now she might not be willing to position here because any chip damage could finish her off, and that's bad.
Yep.
Okay. So in a second or two, you're going to have to reproc Inspire. Good, we got that off. And we just leave now. We just leave. We don't care about Inspire. We don't care about Inspire, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna let this
that
stand.
I just went up and died right there instead of trying to back out because I was gonna die anyway. I don't know.
Well, maybe, but you could also just whip shot this Reinhardt. Like, maybe we send this Reinhardt off the edge. We whip shot this Reinhardt as he's hitting his land right here, and then he goes maybe right off the edge. Plus, we get our Inspire back that's now ticked off. So, like, I don't mind you trying to get out here necessarily. But now you had to use one of your moves to help you disengage.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I just pay attention to the critical health person without realizing if they're in danger or not. I don't know. It's like one of those things.
Sure. You healed the McCree, fine with me. You had 3 packs. Again, fine with me. You have 3 packs. So why is that not right?
Because he was going to be in danger if I didn't move him away.
Right. So unless you were confident that your boop could knock him off the edge, and I was not at that angle, we didn't want to hit that boop there.
Right.
We might have walked over and stunned him to keep him locked down in our range and make it harder for him to walk out. Though probably not. We were probably going to hold our bash in case the ball showed up.
Yeah.
Who did that even go to? Your Anna. And
I think I meant to hit the Genji.
Yeah, no, that's just a thing of, that's aim and it's also sensitivity. You can change her sensitivity with how forgiving it is with repair packs, and you might have it too forgiving right now because you definitely didn't want the Anna on that. You wanted the Genji, but it went with the closer target because your setting on Brig for how tight repair packs are is pretty loose right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could hear that coming if you wanted. I'm not super worried about it, but you do hear that, and you can bash and hit the stun before he lands and cancel him out of pile drive. So, that's something that's, if you start seeing a lot of ball play, you can be a very good counter to ball. You can make him very unhappy. If someone's going wild with ball, you start hitting these bashes when he's going for pile drives, and he is not going to be happy. But now you'll just repair pack your Anna. That's fine. Repair pack your Anna. Why have we not repair packed our Anna?
I don't know why.
Right, like you knew she was right there with you and took damage.
I know.
So you're gonna repair pack that. But again, your Anna's playing passive. No, your Anna spent her nade on herself. Ooh, unfortunate. You're done. You have Inspire procced.
Yeah, I should have chased that.
I actually didn't mind chasing it a little into here because you guys had map control, but chasing it all the way out here was just like you're wasting. No, this is silly. Okay, so where could you be right now?
I could be behind cart.
Sure, you could be on this side of cart third personing, and that would give you a pretty
Yeah.
good view of where 4 of your teammates are all on your screen, right?
Yep.
Whereas right now, you can see 1 of your teammates. Okay, that's a little better. That was a full health Genji. And you might have been trying to tell him to get aggressive with that repair pack, but it's generally not something you're going to do.
How often would I like use that as an initiator or like a bubble essentially? Or like how would I?
So you can do it. The way a repair pack works is you throw a repair pack at someone and they get, I believe it's 55 health per second for the next 2 seconds. So that's almost a double strength harmony orb for 2 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that's pretty good. So there is a world where you go, hey, I'm going to double repair pack my tracer right as she's leaving my line of sight to go deep, and she's going to go try to 2v1 the Zen effectively, where she's going in there with a bunch of pre-healing on her, and our opening play is sort of that type thing. You sort of go, okay, I'm going to do something like this, or my Genji is going in there for a blade, and maybe I'm double packing him during his blade because I want him getting lots of healing, and he's going to leave. Like, as he's dashing up there to use his blade, he's way deep for my team, so I want to get my packs on him before he leaves my line of sight. I'm going to be honest, though, it is rare that I want you to double or triple pack someone, and the reasons for that are multiple. Most of the time, if you're most of the time, if you double pack that Genji, it's just kind of going to get wasted, right? Like, is he really
Yeah.
going to take 220 damage worth? Well, probably not. If he is, he might get burst down, so the second pack will be wasted. So it sort of becomes a that wasn't great type thing. Usually when you repair pack someone, you want to let that repair pack do most of its work, because if you double repair pack, and this will happen a lot with tanks, you go, oh my goodness, my tank is low and requires a ton of healing. I'm going to double or triple repair pack the tank. It works out pretty poorly because you don't heal them faster, you just heal them for longer. So they just still get eliminated, and it's like, shoot, I used all 3 of my repair packs, and the opportunity cost is I can't now put that repair pack somewhere better. Like, if my tank is low, putting a repair pack on my tank helps my tank out a little bit, but I'd rather throw it at my 50% Genji, my 50% Tracer, my 50% McCree. They're going to do more work than that because that's worth a lot more of their total health. You get what I'm saying?
Yep, makes sense.
Okay, cool. You can just walk right up to the cart when you have a shield up like that, because you can still see plenty. You don't need to give them the ability to shoot at your shield. Your shield is actually pretty fragile. It's fine. Yeah, repair packer, good. Again, this is okay, but I actually do like to protect your shield a bit more. So you could be pushing this cart from here. You could be pushing the cart from behind it if you wanted. I don't mind this because no one's really in a position to shoot at your shield right now, but in general, you want to be aware when you're third personing like this that you'd actually still like to third person from behind walls, because if your shield gets broken, you can't shield bash people, and that's really expensive.
Yeah.
So, like, again, you wouldn't play here. You'd play more like up here to go, do I want to be able to peek throw a pack type thing. Here is sort of like, why be in the open this far? Yeah, it's giving you a little more visibility into your teammate up there, but you can't really get a pack on them anyway.
Got it.
I say as you get a pack on them anyway. Yeah, you got that. And you got that. Fine. Don't like this. When you were talking about Brig positioning, does this look like a place Brig should be standing?
No, probably not.
Right. Like they're gonna come out from here. They might try to get control of this. You're just in the middle of the lane. Your hard cover is a good 2.5 seconds away. A good 2.5 seconds away. Like no. This is where I wanted you. Back here was just fine. Your Anna can heal you. You can heal the team. If you want to swap with your Anna so that she pushes up here, but you can see her and repair pack her, that's fine with me too. But not here. We're gonna play more tight on this wall.
Okay.
We're actually going to play behind the wall, and we're going to peek to throw packs.
Fixing you up.
Okay?
Rally to me.
Okay. Oh, I see the problem.
Fixing you up. Rally to me.
This needs to be a push. So you become, I've just talked about how I want you to play your Brig, like behind corners and, with things protecting your shield and in a place where you can see everyone except your Anna a lot of the time, and you'll see if someone's going around to get at your Anna. That all changes when you rally. Rally gives you a stupid amount of health regeneration through armor generation, and it gives your teammates a lot of armor generation too. So you go forward and you push hard with this. You can run these guys over. I promise you can run this team over right now. If you and your team push forward with this rally, even if your Anna is way back here alone, I still want you to push forward and go try to run this over with rally. Do you understand? Like, it's not do you understand? It is that powerful. Like, a lot of people consider rally the most powerful ult in the game because it makes you. It doesn't make you invincible as Brig, but it covers a lot of mistakes. And this is the one time you play her. Did you play any Brig when she was first released?
For very like 1 month before she was completely changed.
Okay, yeah. So she re-embodies that frontline brawler playstyle while rally is going, and the rest of the time she doesn't. So you like swap your playstyle. You don't wait here. You're like waiting here, trying to generate armor for people, and that's not what we do anymore. We don't go, hey, I'm generating armor for people that we're then getting pushed with. We push while this is rolling, while it's doing its work. Now they've counter trans, so you're fine not pushing because you can't eliminate them through this. But until they popped that trans, you wanted to be on the front foot going forward.
Okay.
And you guys just need to be backing out because you lost too many people. We do not need to push this cart the extra meter.
Taking my medicine. Jag fixar det.
I mean, so I can live with this, but is this really even what you want? Like, you're going up here for a whip shot, and I'm like, a whip shot will send him detour towards your spawn, which is okay, because it makes his team less likely to help him. So, okay. He blocks it. I don't want to push him. How fast can Reinhardt take you down?
Really quickly.
Yeah, Reinhardt can take you down with 2 swings and a fire strike cancel. You go down pretty fast. You can't take him down fast, and your self-sustain is not at all good enough to let you brawl him for more than those 2 melees and a fire strike cancel. He can just eat you alive. Now, your team is going to help you, so you're probably going to be okay, but why even risk it? Why even give him the chance? Like, until your team is until he's actually under more pressure, I don't want to count on my Anna to hit a shot on me. Like, why would I do that? He's not getting out. If he goes for a swing on me, sure, I'll bash him, but I'm not going to walk into this any more than I have, unless it's a case of I'm stopping him from retreating. And I'd also like to hold my bash because, as the recording rolls forward, I would like to have my bash to make sure maybe he has charge. I don't want him to get out. Now, you might know he doesn't have charge, but you get what I'm saying, where it's like, I want to have this to cancel him, to not let him get out, to not let him get a cheeky pin a limb in this 1v4. That would be silly.
Yeah.
So respect Reinhardt harder. effectively.
Get behind me.
Okay.
And this is fine.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, good as new. That could be better. Shield's taking damage.
Okay.
I'm taking damage.
Immediately get back to cover. Like, you know he's gonna come back.
Got the job. Patching you up.
Do you really want to whip shot him away?
Yeah. No, probably not.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like, is your Inspire about to run out? You were just swinging on that Bob, so you're fine. You don't need a fresh Inspire yet. And he's here. I don't want him to go away. I want to make sure I don't get caught by his flashbang, so, I'm going to have to be careful with my shield, because he can also break my shield really fast, but I can just get right back to here. Let him come in further. I don't need to. My team will take him. My team will happily take him.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
That Genji being eliminated is your fault. You're just sitting around here swinging randomly rather than third-person peeking, which would give you the ability to save this Genji. Might have even let you throw, like a... Yeah, there you go. There you go. And your Reinhardt ended up pinning that McCree. I wonder if that happens if the McCree isn't knocked away. Like, look how far away your tanks wandered and are now wandering back. This was probably a one fight that just became a problem.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Oh, look, a Reinhardt's fighting us at point blank range. This always goes well.
My barrier
That's fine. Okay.
So go from here. Fire. Come on, try me.
Good.
That's all better.
Fine. But again, you shouldn't be randomly swinging anymore. You should have your shield up to give you better view.
Yeah.
And this is fine. You could have thought, hey, I want to push up here to third person to see sort of more of what's going on. And then once you see the McCree shooting you, you flip, you maybe shield, you maybe don't. You shield a little bit to get yourself back up to here, and you third person on this corner. Okay, you're done. That whip shot was, how shall I say, aggressive. You're already missing health, and you go for this whip shot. And like,
Yeah.
if you miss that whip shot, he hits the second shot before your shield goes up, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah, what?
Oh no. Oh no. You're going to solo rally alone over here? Oh boy.
I don't know why.
So here's my expert professional coach advice. Don't do that. No. No. Like, I can obviously walk through why you don't do that. You guys are down in this fight. You're on top of your own spawn, so you won't have to wait long for your people to come back. You are walking over here popping rally by yourself when you still need to cover all this distance before you actually are in brawl range. And you're alone when you're popping this rally where it's not actually giving your team armor. So, like, everything is wrong with this rally.
No.
Okay.
Feeling better?
Last armor pack on him is fine. Nice. You're constantly playing in this I'm on my last health pack mode. And do you know why that is?
I'm healing my tanks too much?
You double spent on your tank earlier in this fight. So we'll go back here. You have 3 packs.
Yep.
There's a hog. You throw a pack at him.
Yep.
Fine. You immediately throw another pack at him. The first pack isn't done ticking.
Yep.
Oh, look, this McCree does need a pack. He's not missing very much health, but he's in a duel with a Genji. So the pack here,
Yeah.
totally justified. Even as a last pack, totally justified. You go do this.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
He wants more heals. He's discorded. He's in an aggressive position. He can have them. No problem. But again, it's our last pack, and this should be our
Yeah.
second to last pack. Okay. Can we get another pack on him? You actually did have a frame to get another pack on him there and didn't. Oh, now you do. But why are we still here?
Yeah, I know.
And I just want to point out, the hog that you double packed didn't survive.
Yeah. I saw he was critical, so like I was like panicking and wanted, but I know that's a tick over time, so there's no point in killing him twice.
Right.
Like,
It was like, hey, he still had almost 2/3 of his first pack left when you sent the second one. Did he probably get the full healing of the second one? He might have. We didn't check. But was it really going to be a difference maker? Like, here's an extra 110 health hog at the expense of this resource that takes me a fair amount of time to generate? Probably
Yeah.
not. That was your first pack on a tank, that's fine. One pack on a tank when you're at full packs is generally going to be fine. Okay. Okay, and then you're going to pack something in that, apparently. Okay, probably going to pack your hog here, since you've lost, so many other viable targets. Oh, look, you double pack. And then you're going to have one for your Genji at least, right? I don't even know who got that. You're right.
I think I hit the Reinhardt.
Yeah. So, unfortunate. The Genji was, like, you can justify the hog in that situation because he's whole hogging and low health and you'd like to keep him up, but yeah. But it's a double pack and then a mistaken pack onto the Rhine.
Get behind me.
You're just done. You're just done. Really? Okay.
Feeling better?
Okay. Good.
I didn't realize that Ryan was even over here. Until I shield bashed over there.
Okay. So, what could you do right now?
I could rally.
You could. There's very, very little stopping you from rallying, right? Your team is in this fight. Your team has multiple angles on them. The opposing team can't really back up. So if you press rally, I mean, they can back up, but like they're gonna have a tough time kiting this. The fight has started. You can walk forward and rally.
That should be better. Rally to me.
Okay.
I got you covered.
This isn't as good, and this isn't as good because your team had sort of backed off a little bit by now. Your Rhine is now over here. Like, it was better when your Rhine was here and you guys were here and you had a bit of a pincer on them. This is less that. Yes, it's still sort of a pincer, but this is still good.
I got you. I'll take that.
Fine.
Maybe.
Except for that. You have one pack. I don't love spending it on your Reinhardt. Your Anna's still alive, right?
Yeah.
I'll take
Right.
that.
And you're quite a ways from this.
You should just stay out of my
It's a
way.
good thing that your Hog was the other person low health and not your Anna or your Cree
Yeah.
back here.
Stay up.
Oh, okay.
As you then spend a pack on your Hog.
Watch this one.
Why are you over here? Like, yes, there's a Genji alive, but who cares? Are you protecting your Anna from here?
No.
Not really. Like, I suppose you're assertively hunting down a threat to her, but no, you're not really protecting her. Are you enabling your McCree from here?
No.
Again,
No.
not really. Oh! Oh!
The payload is approaching its destination. 60 seconds remaining.
I should have done that.
No, you should not have.
Let me patch that up.
Okay. You're gonna use your last pack on her, which I'm fine with. You're gonna have to shield.
That should be better.
Are you in this fight?
No.
So just go feed to someone. Literally just go find someone to swing at that'll eliminate you.
Okay.
There you go.
30 seconds remaining. Hello there.
No dying on my watch.
Okay, here's some back.
If I could make a suggestion, we should get the payload moving.
10 seconds.
I don't think we touch. Or they do. I don't think so.
What was that?
I don't think we touch, I said. Oh, they maybe we do. Oh, yeah. Yes, you have to.
Excuse me? Excuse me? You're here, you go for this. I could complain about the lamp, but your Reinhardt was really low, even if there aren't many enemies left. You then hit the shift, which is great. You go for that. You go for that next heal. You go for that next heal. Everyone's stable enough. You take shots there. You took the shot at the McCree, and now your crosshair is right over your Rein. So we right-click now. No, 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 this is not what we do. This is not what we do. Why are we doing 4 offensive shots in a row on the McCree instead of weaving a right-click on our Ana? So the way BAP works is BAP's kit, you notice when you fire a right-click, there's kind of a pretty long fire delay before you can fire your next right-click.
Yeah.
So his kit is actually built specifically so that you're supposed to take advantage of that kind of long delay he has between right clicks to weave left clicks. So it's like right click on your Reinhardt, left click on their McCree. Right click on your Reinhardt, left click on their McCree. Right click on your Ana, double left click on their McCree. Right click on your Reinhardt. That's sort of the rhythm that you want to get into with BAP. And you had some damage, you had some heals, but like you're looking to get into a rhythm with him where it's like right click, left click, right click, left click, right click, left click, left click, right click. That's a rhythm that you're looking for. You follow so far?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And you're gonna have to position in such ways that it's easy to do that. If you're tank healing a Reinhardt that's let's use this as an example. If you're standing right here, this would not be a good place to stand right now. You see how it's a pretty small crosshair adjustment between your offensive shots on the Zarya, that's in a bubble, bad example, and your Hog, like the pretty small adjustments.
Yeah.
That's sort of what you're looking to take positions that will make that true. So here's a better example. Easy shot at the Hog, hard shot at them, easy shot at the Hog, hard shot at them, but they're very minor crosshair adjustments, so you're not going like right click on the Hog, swing all the way over here to left click shoot at the enemy, swing back to right click the Hog, because you'll actually be wasting while there's a force to delay between the right clicks, you need it to be small adjustments so that you're not spending so long that your next right click actually is delayed. Make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
So, do you heal at the same speed with the left click?
So what you end up doing is you do a bit of triage. When someone is truly, truly in trouble at like 30% health and taking damage, go ahead, 20% health and taking damage, go ahead and just put everything into right clicks until you get them back up to like 40% or some degree of stability. Then you're going to go for your left click, right click alternating so that you're not getting a bunch of dead time between your right clicks until they're up to like 80%, 90%, 100%, whatever you want. And then you actually move into a double tapping left click between each right click. So it's left click, right click. So those are sort of your 3 speeds. And you want to treat it as I have my triage mode to actually get them up. But you have to be careful. The plus will show up on people who are under 50%, and you're not worried about that. You're worried about them actually being in triage territory. Does that difference make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
So if you're not actually worried about them going down, you don't want to be denying yourself to left clicks to double, triple down, etc. on right clicks.
Yep.
Because the hero is counting on you getting left click damage off. If not, you might as well be playing Moira, right?
Right.
There you go.
I'm on fire.
Cool. And that's a good example of the offensive capability that BAP has.
All better.
Okay, but you're obsessing a little on one then the other when you can be doing, and this is fine. Like you didn't know,
Yeah.
but this is fine. You want to be in like this is fine. You're at a place where you could go, hey, I double tap the Doomfist, then I flick over to one right click my hog. Then I double tap the Doomfist, then I one right click my hog. Or double tap the ball, one right click my hog. Tap the Doomfist once, one right click my Genji. Not when he's up in the air, obviously, but when he's on the ground. That's how you're
Yeah.
thinking with this hero.
Okay.
And now you go, okay, my hog is still fine. I could be in a 1-to-1 ratio for healing versus damage. So after this reload, nope, you decide your hog is in more danger than you. He's not actually in enough danger to warrant this lamp.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's her.
That's a totally reasonable shift, though.
Regen burst activated.
It's a reasonable shift. You could have taken another step forward to try to get your hog in it, but okay. So there we go. And again, this is you going too hard on this Doomfist here because you doubled up here when you can go one left click on the Doomfist and then you swing back and shoot, you can shoot sort of over just in front of the cart to get a heal on your Reinhardt, right? And then these aren't bad adjustments. You can do this adjustment fast enough, even if your accuracy isn't perfect, to get to not be losing, to not have downtime between your heal shots, effectively. What we're trying to do is we're trying to minimize downtime between our heal shots by filling them with something valuable.
Okay.
Okay. And, this would be fine. If you felt your Ana was in a bunch of danger here, well, actually, you just hit a reload, so you'll open with a heal again because Ana is in some danger. Or hog, sure. I would have said Ana, but okay.
I think I was aiming at her.
Okay. Okay. And you get the cap. All good. You get the cap. So we've covered for BAP sort of how you want to be thinking about weaving, and we've also pointed and laughed at your lamps and how you maybe come out a little too early with those when people aren't actually in enough danger to warrant them yet. With Brig, what we've really spent a lot of time talking about is you should be in third-person camera with your shield up a lot more, preferably with your shield up behind cover, and you should, so that we can fix your repair pack usage, because you have adjustments to make where you do like your tank a little too much, and more importantly, you need to get rid of this I'm gonna go on a flank to go chase stuff down shenanigans. Like, you should be aware that they're back there, but can a Genji actually really jump your Ana if you know that the Genji's back there and your Ana's at full?
It shouldn't be able to.
Right, because if you throw a repair pack at your Ana, the Genji is like, well, I can't win this anymore. And even if he could win it through one repair pack, you just go like, okay, well, now I'm going to add a little Inspire Healing. I'm going to threaten to Bashu. I'm going to threaten a Whip Shot. Like, it's just not a big deal. And him being back there is like, yeah, so what? We still get to contribute to the fight, and you still can't really take down my Ana. Even while I'm not paying you much mind.
So when I get my Inspire out, should I just go into default, like third-person view, and look for heal packs, essentially, until it's off again?
Yeah, basically. You don't have to wait until it's fully off because, you can go, hey, I've got a second or two of it left. Let me look for it again. But yeah, because you can, you can refresh it before it's over, but you don't want to constantly just be swinging to fill space, especially when you're not going to hit anything. And you do position a little more forward, a little more back, a little more forward, a little more back. And by forward, I really just mean like, hey, you're looking for things that you can whip shot, which really doesn't change because your repair pack positioning behind a wall is probably a place that you can frequently hit a whip shot from too. And if you can't, or if you miss your whip shot, that's when you think about, is there something that I can take like 3 steps forward and go get a swing off at and then retreat? Or is there someone that's going to jump my Ana that I can then take a swing at? Or, is there something along those lines that I can do? That's mostly what you're thinking. And if you'd have to go like 10 steps, more than 3 steps, whatever, to get your Inspire, just don't. You follow what I'm saying? Where it becomes okay, if your full team is rotating forward, that's fine, but like you don't need to go join the front line in a permanent manner to try to get your Inspire. I don't want you ranging super, super far to get your Inspire. You'll have a new whip shot opportunity in 4 seconds, right?
Yeah, I sometimes I would like panic and I would like go and I'll like try to whip or like try to left click the Rhine and like get punished for it to trigger the Inspire. I don't know, like sometimes I don't know.
Right, and that's what I'm talking about. Go get your one shot, your one swing, and back off type thing.
Yeah.
You are fully healed. It is time to act.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Mm-hmm.
Attackers incoming.
Okay, we have our BAP.
Stop the payload.
Try to keep.
Fine. I believe.
You all look like you needed some healing.
Okay. It was gonna be hard to get a shot on him. I'll live with it. Good. Okay, I mean, usually we would weave our shot onto the Sigma there. And we are going to prioritize, we're going to prioritize healing over damage, but we're not going to prioritize healing over damage when people aren't in triage mode to the extent of cutting out weave. So like we would have wanted to here. This is fine. This is good. This is good. This should have been a heal shot. This should have been another heal shot. That still could have been a heal shot.
Yeah.
Who needs this besides Hanzo?
No one.
Sigma might get it from here. Sigma's actually got a decent chance of getting it from here. I think that distance will work. It's shorter than you think, than most people think, rather, for the shift range, but he might get this one. I'm actually going to check. Yeah, he does get it. That's good. But you don't need it yourself, and remember, it's your only way to heal yourself, and I don't expect your team to take damage right now, do you?
No.
Right.
So I should not. I shouldn't be using
So
it.
you can just heal them up with a right click. Exactly.
I had no idea the Brig
what?
was.
So that's a Brig sound. That's a Brig bash. Brig can't hit you if you're in the sky. Press control. Crouch, 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 crouch.
I know. I was just so surprised that she was up there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
all
think I
good.
just forgot what I was doing.
So remember, this is a route, and those are Brig sound
Yeah.
effects. So that was a Brig stun, and if you and she can't take you down very quickly, so you had plenty of time if you just don't panic and run around like a chicken with your head cut off to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna duck for a moment to charge max boots, and then I'm gonna pop up, and I can actually A, I'll go up pretty high, but B, I can just drop over here, and then she can't get me. I'm safe.
Yeah.
There we go. That shift was fine. Owie. Okay. We're in, junk time trying to build the cart there, so I'm not gonna get too critical. Let's get to a next place with a real team fight.
Powered up. You needed a bonus.
You are fully healed.
Healing stream engaged.
I don't necessarily love challenging the Hanzo who has the ability to one-shot you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, so there's a problem with your plan.
Yeah.
You see the problem. That's a pin. That's a pin.
Yeah.
You gotta throw the lamp where the pin is going. Or if your Reinhardt's taking a bunch of damage there because he's getting swung at, sure, you throw the lamp there. But your Reinhardt still has a lot of health before he gets eliminated. And is anyone else really caught in the shatter?
No.
So you can hold this lamp longer to decide what to do with it, and you need to do that.
Get in here.
Okay? You can still win this fight. How can you win this
Yeah.
fight right now?
Use my Q.
Yeah, if you throw a window up here, you're going to get a stupid amount of healing that you can throw on your Reinhardt to maybe get him back in this, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to do a bunch of damage to their Reinhardt because you're going to like right click, you're going to weave. That's what you're going to do.
Let them out.
Okay, okay. Unfortunately not, a little too slow. So here we are.
Regen burst activated.
I took
Should
too long.
already be pressing Q.
Yeah.
Let them
Yep.
out.
Yeah, just too slow, that's all. Your Winston maybe? Okay. Again, we can be weaving these shots and our Winston could already be full health again.
Yeah.
And that still matters because it means our Mercy could be doing more damage boost, which the Genji, the Winston, and the Ashe would really appreciate.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Regen
a lot
up.
of missed jumps. Do I want to talk about this shift?
I don't know what I was doing there.
Are you missing health?
No. I don't know why. I think I panicked.
Okay,
Panic
this can't
shifted.
heal your Genji. You're not
Yeah.
missing health. It's not going to reach anyone else, it doesn't look like, so this is not a good shift. We want to hit our shifts in general when it's either going to heal us, like that's something that we consider, and we would like that healing. It's going to heal multiple people, and preferably we're in or walking into combat, right? So like we get the fact because it ticks over time, it's like, okay, we're in combat or we're about to be in combat. We're getting jumped type thing where even if the people aren't missing health, they still have that hot going if they take any damage for a couple seconds
Yeah.
there. So if you're not missing any health and you're not getting heals on multiple other people, it's probably not worth using.
Okay.
And if you're between fights, you don't really want to use it because you can just heal people with right clicks.
Right.
This was not between fights, so that was not an objection here.
Get in here.
Yeah?
Get in here.
I was trying to throw it on the Ashe, but I don't
Oh,
think
I know
she
you were
knew
trying to throw it on the Ashe, but A, she doesn't need it, and B, you didn't. The right click is because you boost up here, and it's not hard to hit this right click, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You did hit the right click. She went down first, but you did hit the right click.
Yeah.
Turns out maybe she did need the lamp, but that's not a. I still don't think the lamp would have been right.
The battle continues. Spotted them.
Okay.
Let's get you back out there.
That's a Hanzo. You're gonna have to drop. No, you're gonna have to drop. You are gonna have to drop.
Get in here.
Not deep enough. So it's a frisbee. You unfortunately have to aim it a little higher. Oh no, it did get to him. Just barely. Yeah. Okay. Good. I would have wanted that to go a little bit deeper, but you got it, so we are fine. Okay, the Reinhardt's purple, so you go full damage mode. You're doomed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see where you are, though?
I'm in the open. I'm not getting cover or anything.
Right. Like, if you were over here, you still could have potentially done your work over here, shoot over the cart, etc., and then you have more ability to
Yeah.
go into cover. Like, you're just sort of... This middle of the lane thing has got to go.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not like it was any secret that this Hanzo was eventually going to show up there, based on your dance with arrows earlier. You're not going to push first. Either your team's going to push or it isn't.
Regen
Okay.
burst activated.
You're going to have to drop. Okay, good. So far, so good. Good. This is fine.
Get in here.
Okay. Talk me through this lamp. Do you think this is a good lamp, a bad lamp? What do you think about this lamp?
Probably could have been used more effectively, I think, because I'm going to be dropped behind cover, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with this. The
Okay.
reason I'm okay with this, and I'm okay with this timing, is yes, you could delay this lamp in effect with a, hey, I get to delay this lamp because it becomes a case of neither of us are gone yet, but he's probably going to shoot you because that's what Sigmas do. They like to shoot you during this, and he's going to shoot at one of you two, not at this. Now, you could look at him more directly and decide, is he actually in danger of taking anyone? Because you pressed your shift button, and do you know what the damage calculation is for Sigma's Flux here?
Isn't it just 50% of your health?
Well, first it does the lift, and then it does, yeah, it does the lift, and it does the 50% of your health. So are you, I mean, you know your own health.
Yeah.
You're above 50% of your health, and you have your shift rolling, so you'll still be above 50% of your health, and your Ana
Yeah.
is too. So you don't necessarily need this, but I don't hugely dislike this either. You could have gotten closer to when you actually get slammed, though, but I do like the placement. You've tried to put it behind the pillar here, which that
Yeah.
is good. So I do like that. So could you have gotten away with being closer on using this lamp, waiting another second before using this lamp, perhaps? Sure, that's fine. On the other hand, you know, Sigma might just take shots at you, and that wouldn't be particularly nice. So you were going to have to be looking at him and then immediately flick down and throw it if that's what you were going to do. So I'm okay. I just wanted to make sure you were thinking about your lamp. And it looks like, you know, the lamp did save you, so yes, you did need that lamp at some point. Okay.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
Oh yeah, let me just steamroll this later.
They steamroll you here, you said?
I think so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Okay. So here you are.
Such a good as you.
Okay, so this spot is going to work for you because you can weave pretty easily from here, right? It's pretty small flicks to go between left and right. Good.
Let them up.
Even though I'm not really doing anything.
What does this really do for your team, this window?
Nothing. It
Thank
doesn't.
you.
I mean, I guess the Reinhardt could try to
Fire
throw
strike through it. Yeah,
through it,
that's
but
that's
I
about
mean,
it.
not really.
So really, what you wanted was actually just a greedy window for you, or even a window down here that maybe you drop and you work with your Ana and you both shoot through. Could have done a lot more. But this window is like a window in front of your tanks doesn't actually do that much other than window fire strikes. You'd actually, a lot of the time, prefer a window between you and your tanks because it lets you basically make them immortal with I can deliver double healing to you, I can do a bunch of damage myself. That's more what you're looking for more often. Windows get a lot more complicated than that, and I don't think you're ready to go into them. I think there's way easier stuff to work on than Windows. But this conceptually, you should understand, doesn't really help you because you and your Ana can't shoot through it. You don't have like a soldier shooting through it. This isn't really great.
Okay.
Okay. So again, that Reinhardt isn't weak yet, and you know you might have had to use this lamp to save your Ana, but I think you can wait another moment to decide if you need to use this to save your Ana because the melee people aren't on top of your Ana yet.
Yeah.
Ana hasn't actually gone down to a threshold where she'd be eliminated yet. That said, you would throw the lamp by now because you'd go, hey, Ana, Reinhardt, both critical. So yeah, that shift did not reach them. I promise. I promise that shift did not reach them. And if it makes you feel better, the little plus sign bubbles aren't on them right now. So we can be sure of that.
I don't know why I shifted there. Flag of those panicking.
All good.
I don't know why I jumped there either.
And you know, you say a lot of the time I must have been panicking, and that's fine. But what we do is we just work on your ability usage. For example, one ability at a time, one type of situation at a time. So you think about, I only want to shift when it's either going to heal me or heal multiple people, and preferably when we're in combat. And you sort of let
Yeah.
that occupy 10, 15% of your mind space while you're playing the game. And if you play a little worse in general because that's taking up some of your thinking power, that's fine. But you're going to develop this habit for your shift usage. You're going to develop this micro habit, this way of playing the game. It's going to crystallize in your play a little bit that this is how you use your shift, and then you'll get to move on to something else, and you won't panic shift anymore because it just won't be in your repertoire. Make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it could be worse. Regen burst activated.
So again, this is a place where we'd have been weaving, because I'll just go back
Weaving,
here just as an
yeah.
example. I know, yeah, and you know too, but I'm just going to point it out because it's like, hey, these guys could use some heals. They're not critical, but you could be going for a 2-to-1 ratio here if you wanted.
I kind of just switch between one and the other.
Exactly, and that doesn't work very well because you get a fair amount of delay between these
Yeah.
right clicks, as you can see here.
Yeah, it's not efficient.
Plus, you run into reload issues where you go, oh shoot, I've hit my yeah. Ouch. So you wanted the whole time to be throwing these behind the cart and to let them explode over onto your hog. You were trying to like throw them under the cart or something, which wasn't really going to work. Here you are. You're like, I can do it. I can do it. No, behind the cart. Behind the cart. Or you could have exo boot jumped, control for a moment, then jump and throw them over the cart at him. But you didn't have the angle to throw them over the cart here, and then you didn't throw this. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Regen up.
I believe. Oh no. So, step left would be my brilliant advice there.
Yeah.
Well, it could be worse.
I think we're over our time, so we don't have to watch the rest.
I mean, let's finish the round. How about that?
Okay.
Let them out. Maintain that.
I keep thinking the round's gonna end.
I know.
Okay. So that's fine. So what I'm going to say is your big takeaways are for your BAP, we've talked about weaving, and you also want to position so that you can weave. So just start trying to do that. Start trying, and I don't want you to think about doubles versus singles versus any of that now. I want you to start with working on a 1-to-1 ratio most of the time, where you're going, hey, when I'm playing BAP, unless someone is really, really in trouble, I want to be going one right click, one left click, one right click, one left click. And that doesn't mean that you like swing 180 degrees, like, oh, here I am. Let me do a right click over here, a left click over here, right click over here, left click over here. No, you can just double right click if they're over here and no one's there. But you want to position in such a way that when the fight breaks out, both of them are like, clock versus shelves, shelf versus laptop, where they're sort of easy adjustments for you. And try to do the 1v1 ratio, 1-to-1 ratio, unless someone is really really in a lot of danger. Oh, they're really about to go down. The other thing I'm going to want you to work on, and I don't want you to work on both of these at the same time, is we could talk about your lamp, but your lamp is harder to get better at. So we're instead going to talk about your shift usage, where I want you to be more greedy about your shift. I mostly want you using your shift when you're missing health. And sometimes you can use it when other people are missing health, but I want multiple other people who are missing health to be in range to get that and to be in combat. So like either you're missing health and your other support can't or isn't healing you, or multiple people that are in range are missing health that aren't you, and combat is going on. So like one of
Okay.
those two situations need to be fulfilled. But again, first I want you to work on the weaving. And I want while you're playing the game, like 10, 15% of your brain space is filled with that. So if you're playing a little worse trying to make this weaving thing happen, some people take trips to spawn because whoops, you weren't healing them enough, you were a little slow, you're not weaving at perfect speed because you're taking a little too bit. That's fine. You're going to work up to it and I might take you 10 games to get this, might take you 50 games to get this. The truth is weaving is something I work on with GM players, so you are not going to get weaving down perfectly, and I am totally okay with that, but you're going to be making incremental improvements on it. So I want you to work on it until you feel like you've got pretty good improvement and pretty good ability to hit 1-to-1 ratios, and then I want you to move on to working on your shift usage. Fair?
Yep, makes
Cool.
sense.
And if you move on to your shift usage and you find your weaving starts absolutely tanking and getting worse, stop working on the shift usage and go back to the weaving. And then once you think it's solidified again, go back to the shift usage. Then for your Brig, we've covered this already, but it's going to be you're going to third person camp by and cover more often. You're not going to go wild to get into fights, and you're going to not go on long, silly. I don't want to say flank routes, though I guess sometimes they were flanks, like when you went after the Genji, when you went after the McCree. You're not going to take
Yeah.
more than 3 steps to get into a fight. That's not quite right, but like you're really thinking of this from a hey, I'm just not going to go to the ends of the earth to chase people down. I can brawl pretty hard with rally up, but most of the time I'm looking to play this more in a third person cam with my vision up so I can throw repair packs where I want to. Okay. Do
Okay.
you have any final questions? Anything you'd like to go over?
Um. Okay. So like the one
Ready for
final
battle.
question I have, or one question I have is about
Join
Hanzo's line of sight. So if I'm
Ready for
up
battle.
top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to get. I always want to be on high ground fast if I can be, right? So if there's a Hanzo, obviously, then I just have to play behind shield essentially, right? Like there's no other.
You don't necessarily
Wait.
have to play behind shield, but what's going to happen is let's pretend that there is a Hanzo here shooting at stuff. You wouldn't want to be here if Hanzo is shooting in this direction. If you happen to be like, oh, Hanzo's not looking at me and I want to throw a whip shot, that's fine with me, right? But
Okay.
also what we run into is I didn't like the Hanzo here when you were here because, yeah, that's not going to work. You don't have range to interact with him, and you don't want to just like try to. I don't want you to take a firing war with the Hanzo unless the
Yeah.
Hanzo's distracted by someone else. Like if the Hanzo is like, hey, I'm here, but I'm shooting into your Reinhardt down over here, sure, I'll peek and take a couple shots at you. But most of the time, I don't want to get caught having to have a peek war with you. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
unfortunately gonna have to drop to where you don't have an angle on me, and I'm gonna heal from here. And then if you look like you're opening a new angle on me, I'm gonna try to rotate in here and do this. Or if this isn't an option, yes, now I'm unfortunately gonna have to have a peek war, and my peek war might not even be with you. It might be a peek war to try to get heals off, which sucks, but sometimes that's the best you can do. Oh, and then I see this game goes to garbage because they have levers. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I just want to see who does ultimately. Did you guys ultimately pick up the win here? Ooh,
I think we lost. I'm pretty sure we lost. So.
yeah.
Victory.
Team 1 wins, and you were on team 2. Yep. Okay. Okay. That's unfortunate. But not a big deal. Okay. Any other questions then?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay, then I am happy to hear that, and I wish you luck in your climb. Remember, work on one thing at a time. If you have a question about something related to this, let me know. Otherwise, hope to see you in the future. Good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. Wait, are you posting this on YouTube or are these different from those ones?
Yes. I'll post this on YouTube, and I'll send you the link so that you'll be able to revisit this and you'll be able to see what we went over.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem. Talk to you
All right,
soon. Bye.
see you, bye.